to start with your thoughts overall on the money part of it, which is breathtaking to me.
Well, the money part of it is the name of the game with the Bidens, isn't it? Did you see those homes that Biden has on a senator's salary? It's incredible. He's got an oceanfront home in Delaware. He's got this big mansion in Wilmington. He's got tens of millions in the bank on a senator's salary. That's pretty good. But what I want to get into is what's taking place here. This is a major scandal. Why? Because the Department of Justice tried for 2 months to cover this up. That's what you see in the timeline. Nothing leaked from the FBI, nothing leaked from the prosecutors, nothing got to the media until Monday this week, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So they find the documents November 2. Who finds them? The private lawyers. That is bizarre. Everybody says so, and they're right. What's the magic date about November 2, and why are lawyers going and looking for documents? Then we know November 9th, the FBI begins an assessment. Well, why didn't the FBI go in from that point and search that office, go into his homes and search his homes, issue subpoenas? They did none of that. Then we have November 14. Garland assigns John Lausch, the U.S. attorney in Chicago, is on his way out, to perform an initial investigation. Now, he does it awfully fast. Did he give him a timeline? Did he say 30 days, 40 days, 50 days? What was it? Meanwhile, they muscled through the midterm elections without a leak during the cover-up. 4 days later, they appoint a special counsel, this thug, this Democrat who prosecutes genocidal war criminals. They appoint him as the special counsel. His family's all loaded up with politics up to their eyeballs on the Democrat side. And, of course, they do that without ever mentioning that they're looking into this Biden situation with the U.S. attorney. What next? December 20, almost 7 weeks after the initial batch is found, they find another batch of documents in Joe Biden's garage. How the hell did that happen? Why didn't the FBI investigate and look at his house, for God's sakes? They're there in plain sight. Then what happens? January 5th, last week, 1 week ago, the U.S. attorney, the U.S. attorney, January 5th, he has his report all done for Merrick Garland. So it sits there for a week, whether or not to appoint a special counsel. Merrick Garland didn't need this U.S. attorney to do any kind of preliminary review. So January 12th, 1 week, today, he appoints a special counsel. Why? Because now they find another document. The private lawyers bring up another document. This was a cover-up. And you know how it got blown? Because the Republicans got elected. And they still were going to do a cover-up. And I'll tell you when it ended. Monday, when there was a leak, a intentional planted leak about documents. They only mentioned the office building. Then Tuesday, NBC mentions, as they put it out, well, there is another batch of documents. It's because on Sunday, Mr. Comer, the incoming chairman of the House Oversight Committee, Sunday night on my show, when I asked him specifically about the National Archives, you have oversight, are you going to dig into this and see? I said every president, every vice president, every attorney general and secretary of state, unless they can demonstrate otherwise, has taken documents, including classified documents, home and not returned them. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong. And they should all be looked at, whether it's Obama or Bush or Cheney or Gore or Clinton, because they've all done it. Now, that said, he said, yes, we're going to look at disparate treatment. Well, they didn't want the Republicans to find this out, so they had to put out some information. So it's no accident that 20 hours later they leaked this stuff. Now, the National Archives, when Donald Trump specifically accused Obama of taking secret information and other information, they came to Obama's defense. What did they say? No. 30 million, they've turned everything over to us. We're in charge. We own it. Lock and key and everything else. They lied. These documents are Obama administration documents. The documents they have in the office, the documents in the garage, the documents in Biden's library, the National Archives didn't have those. We have no idea how many classified documents to this day that Biden has. What about the unclassified documents? Did he only take classified documents with him? To this moment, the FBI has not investigated all these properties to look for information that we're aware of. Not to this moment. Why? Because Garland wanted to keep this hidden. He wanted to sweep it under the rug until it got hot. The Republicans were calling hearings. They were going to call witnesses. And then Garland, reluctantly, today, appoints a special counsel. And who does he appoint? He appoints the right-hand man to FBI Director Christopher Wray. That's hardly the same kind of special counsel that Donald Trump is facing. So this whole thing stinks to high heaven. Now it's rope-a-dope. No lists of people who visited the Biden home in Wilmington, where he kind of hung out most of his vice presidency and beyond. No lists that could be useful. Nothing. Now it's going to be the White House spokesman said, "We take this very seriously. We take this very seriously." Now we have a special counsel investigation. I'm sorry, we can't look into anything. I'm going to tell you this. If they dare to charge Donald Trump for what took place, and there was no obstruction of justice by Trump or his people, they were negotiating, the FBI cut it off, criminalized the process, and went after him. If they do that, the nation will be furious. Done. That's it.
All right. That's why we call him the Great One. Mark Levin, thank you. And straight ahead, an update.